everybody, Cynthia here. I'm back to share a collaboration video I'm doing with my friend Misha at ScrapsandThings1. Hi Misha. I've been away from YouTube for a little bit, took a little break, and I needed some inspiration and kind of some, I don't know, motivation to get my crafty tush and gear and get back to doing videos. And my friend Misha had visited me last week with her hubby and her son, and we hung out and we decided that we were going to do Pinterest inspired collaboration projects every 2 weeks. So we actually sat down and wrote a list out of what we wanted to try, because there's so many beautiful projects and ideas on Pinterest that I keep saving and say I want to try, and I just don't. So this way it's going to motivate us both. So anyway, I'm going to post a link to her channel below this video so you can head on over and check her channel out and get some more inspiration. So this week, due June 23rd, we were to make a scented sachet, anyone that we were inspired by on Pinterest, and this is one that I saw, which I thought was really cute. Looks like a little square pillow, but what I really loved was that they used a ribbon as kind of like a hanger. So you could put this in a drawer, or you could hang it in a closet, or in any room really, to scent your room. So I decided I wanted to try that, and I had some scrap material around, and I cut out some patterns. I'm going to share them with you. Not every collaboration project that you see from us, we're not always going to have a tutorial. Sometimes it's just going to be a share, but I am going to kind of walk you through how I did this one in case you want to give it a go as well. I decided to do a no-sew scented sachet. You can sew these as well, but let me show you one that I did. This one is heart-shaped, and I used this Fresh Scents. I think I picked this one up. I want to say I picked it up at Hobby Lobby, but I'm not sure. It was You, Me, and the Sea. And I was able to fill 2 sachets and still have some left. Now, the amount you fill them is completely up to you. You can see this one's not real puffy. It's just filled enough to scent a closet or a drawer. And I used ribbon as a hanger. I used some of this bling. And then I used a chipboard button and some twine. Okay, you can hear it in there. The nice thing about using material too is when this scent kind of wears out, you might be able to use some of your essential oils, shake a couple of drops on it, and it'll be rescented for you. So I did this heart shape, and then I got out my large scallop circle dies, and I used my largest one, and I cut these out. I'll show you how I cut the heart, but I cut these scallop circles out, and this one I actually bagged up because I wanted you to see that, you know, these not only make nice sachets for your own drawers, but you can gift them to a friend, or you can sell them at your craft shows as well for you fellow crafters out there that like to do shows. And what I did for the bag, after I bagged it up, I thought, well, now how the heck are you going to be able to tell, you know, what it smells like? So I went ahead and pulled on the bag, and then I just kind of poked the bag with my pin, you know, a couple of times, put little holes in it. So you couldn't really see the holes, but you can smell the scent through it. So that's probably how I'm going to bag them up for my craft shows and for gifts. And also, if you're sending Happy Mail, you could just take one and throw it in your box for your swaps, and it'll scent up your stuff rather nicely. So I did this scallop one and this heart one, and I glued another scallop one together. And what I did was I used fabric tack instead of sewing. if you want to sew, you just put the two sides together and, you know, sew up your edges. Leave an opening for you to fill your sachet with the scents. I can't open this because I have my glasses on, but you leave an opening, you fill it up, and then you sew these together. But I'm going to show you, if you don't have a die, I use my die to cut these, but if you don't have one and you want to make yourself a little heart pattern, I just took kind of like a 4 by 5 square fabrics, and I put the two insides together so that my pattern faced the outside on both sides. And then once I did that, I folded them in half again. Okay, so the outer open edges are on my right side, and I started at the bottom tip, and I just kind of went around and cut myself half of a heart. Which my first one got really wonky, and that's okay, because you can go back through and open it up, see if you like it, and make some adjustments. Okay, that's what it looks like. Now if you're not used to freehanding, you can just go in and draw yourself a half a heart shape and then open it up, and you get yourself a full heart. Now this one looks a little wonky to me, so I'm going to go back in, close it up, and just make a few adjustments till I get the shape I want. You can just do squares if you want it to, but I kind of wanted to do the hearts. Okay, so that's my heart shape. I'll throw my material scraps aside. And then I took some of this Celebrate It ribbon, cut it to 5 inches, and I had a piece laying around to show you. Took my Fabri-Tac, put my glasses on so I can see what I'm doing. Oh, get that off of there. And just added a little bit of Fabri-Tac to one edge, and then took this edge and kind of twisted them together and held it in place. Make a little loop, and then on the back of one of the heart pieces, I'm just going to add more Fabri-Tac. This will probably be my front of my heart. Okay, and then I want to make sure my heart is nice and lined up. And then I opened up one side of the heart, and I ran my Fabri-Tac along the edge of the sachet to close up the edges of the material. So I'll just lay this piece back down, and I want to push on it pretty hard to make sure they adhere nicely together. And I'm going to glue this ribbon down a little bit nicer. Okay, push on it really hard. And this way you don't have to sew your edges. And I'm going to continue with the Fabri-Tac. But I want to make sure I leave an opening at the bottom so that I can add my scent. My opening is about 1 inch across, maybe a little bit more. Now I'm going to set this aside and let it fully dry. And then once you think it's fully dry, what you want to do is get your finger in your opening and go around, push on the inside, and just kind of go around and feel around your edges to make sure they're all sealed, because you really don't want to fill this sachet and then find out it leaks. And if not, you can always go back in with a little more Fabri-Tac and glue them together. But at this point, I'm probably going to use the rest of this and fill it up. And I filled mine about halfway. But like I said, it's personal preference how much you want to fill yours. I'll put a little bit more in there. Okay, that seems good. It's about halfway full. So I'm going to take my fabric tack and put it along the edges of my material and close it up. And I push on the material pretty hard just to make sure I got a really nice tight seal in there. And then you want to allow that to dry, and then once it's dry, like for my heart here, I added the chipboard button with some hot glue, and I used some twine, which would probably be what I would do to this one. Okay, and then around the edges I just took some of this bling on a string and I used my hot glue and I just went around and I edged the whole thing in bling. So that was this one. And then this one I cut the string, the bling pieces apart and made them into single ones, and then on every scallop I put the bling there, just to kind of add a little decoration to it. But you can leave them plain like this. It looks really pretty too. You can put flowers in the center, you know, however you want to decorate them. That's up to you. I just basically wanted to show you how to put it together without having to sew it. And that's it. And then once it's dry, you just shake it around, flatten it out, and it's good to go. And then you can start decorating it however you like. I'm probably going to put that on there and then add some bling. So that's my scented sachet. I'm really glad I tried it, and like I said, it was inspired by Pinterest. And I have I'll post a link below to my Pinterest account if you guys, I save a lot of tutorials and just projects I want to try or things I'm inspired by if you'd like to check it out. Our next project's not due till July 7th, and it looks like we might be altering up a can for storage use, so we'll see how that goes. If you guys have any questions, let me know. Thank you so much for watching. Take care. Have a great day.